Hi, good morning. I thought let me read another one of the ghost stories that are published in Snakes, Cows, and Avocado Sandwiches, written by Sonil Varma. And this one is a ghost story I'm told, but it's written in a very minimalistic style of Hemingway. That's what Colleen told me, so let me read it. It's called Last Train from Churchgate, Bombay, India, 2005. So Churchgate is the last station of Bombay on the Western Railway side, and I'm about to start the story. Okay. Oh God, was that the last train? Yes, ma'am. There it goes now. Oh no, did you miss the train too? He moved to the small dark bench on a dimly lit platform of the station that had suddenly gone quiet. He picked up a pencil from his crumpled bag. No, I paint between 2 a.m. and 4 on weeknights. Are you an artist? Yes, ma'am. Is it safe? Churchgate Station. Where do you live? Yes, it's safe. The cafe at the far end will open in the next hour and cleaner comes at 3:15 and the fans start at 4 when the first train comes filled with milkmen, vegetables, bread and newspaper. I like this old British clock even though it looks derelict. That is just rough pencil work before I, before I actually paint on it. My, the homeless are sleeping outside the station. Yes, it's the drunk night cop or the widow's ghost that is mostly harmless that keep them away. The widow's ghost? It's harmless and not everyone can see it or hear her sing. The old guard has spoken to her. Yeah, much better than speaking to the headless ghost in Kharaghoda that my grandfather saw. Wow, you are so interesting. We could always spend the night together. No, ma'am. I swear that's a tempting offer that most guys would take, but come on, are you married? I won't charge you, ma'am. I wish I could, but I swear by your perfume and your sleeveless red top and the slit that shows those beautiful legs that I can't do it. Oh, when my husband was alive, I was a model and guys chased me. Do you like my legs? You were trying to scare me away with your ghost stories, weren't you? You sexy beast, you looked so delicious. No, ma'am, you're better than any painting I've seen, but I can't. I do this for a living. Would it set your mind to peace if I told you your beauty is eternal? That's the story. He realizes that she is the ghost, I think, because he says, when my husband was alive, I think he gets it because he says, your beauty is eternal. Okay, I have time to read one more poem. 10 morning minutes at Westgate Library. This is in Auckland, I think. I love hedgehogs too, Pam. My stone flatmates discussing ghosts, blue worlds, true love. Mount Eden night, Emma in white, after they dream those low lives. Trashed incarnations with no money. For food, just weed, weed, weed. The colors of holy did not diminish the water balloon's enthusiasm as it fell on Natali's green back. She got me, utilizing her Gemini sister with a bucket of water the night before. Splashed in milk was bhang. No, not ganja, a lighter, too much lighter version of weed. So they saw kiwis, my flatmates, and I knew it had to be something else. And hedgehogs are cool, cute, and slightly like Liana, awkward and lovable, but I did not smoke weed, weed, weed. But if you drink pang in the aftermath of Holi and aloo gobi with tamarind chutney that has grapes in it, then you think of afterlife, space, Emma, the blonde at the library, and you will not need weed. I like this poem. Every stanza ends with weed and it jumps back and forth. I like it, but I think there are too many ghosts in snakes, cows, and avocado sandwiches. Thank you for listening. This was a rather short one. Maybe I'll do another story. Let's do another story. Let's look for another story. Where is it? 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 Here it is. Here it is. Here it is. Last train from Church Gate. Done, done. Yes, I like this. Mangry. It's spelled Mangear, but it's pronounced Mangry. It's a Maori word. Okay. On winter evenings, Mangry, beautiful as it was, with its immense greenery and open green fields as far as the eye could see, often took on a deserted, albeit menacing look. The mall looked as if it had been closed for a year and not a few hours. Even the bright green Kiwi Bank ATM, with its come hither fluorescence, had no customers and looked a bit lonely. The totem pole with its Maori carvings and the old brown wood that was now turning white in old age was looking dark tonight. Besides a few girls at the bus stop, the place was like a deserted island. I had no interest in talking to the three girls who were giggling, smoking weird stuff, and smelled of booze. One of them was glaring at me angrily, even though I ignored them and looked the other way. I was cold and I had no jacket. In Auckland, the day will never tell you if you should carry a jacket or not. And then, when you're stranded, the day laughs at you. I like this. The day had gone, but the night was giggling. One of the girls said, "What are you looking at?" I was not looking at her and did not want to talk to her. I decided to take refuge in the center, under the lone tube light that seemed jaded. The bus was normally almost on time, but tonight it seemed to be running late. Probably some bus driver turned around from Mangry Bridge at the fag end of a late night shift. South Auckland, South Auckland was never the most favorite shift amongst bus drivers. One or two bus drivers related stories of being shot at. One told of when the bullet went from one side of the bus to another. The police often were relieved that no one was hurt and left it at that. I must have been, it must have been 15 minutes, and the girls with garish pink and orange L'Oreal lipstick lips suddenly disappeared from the bus stop where they were sitting, and now there was absolutely no one there, not even a sparrow. I was still in the entrance of the mall, which was well lit with cool white tube lights that I was used to back home. But this was a long aisle, and beyond the well lit section was absolute darkness. God knows what lurked there. I tried not to think of it and opened the Tintin that was in my knapsack. I always liked the Land of Black Gold. It was not only well illustrated, but Captain Haddock used the choicest of swear words as he chased the enemy with a gun. Filibusters, carpet sellers, endoplasm, baboons, baby snatchers, cockatoo, cannibals, cashinating, cashinating cockatoos. I heard footsteps as I was laughing at the colorful comic book. Two men walked in. They smiled, and I smiled back. After the initial yo bros, the thinner one put his hand in the hoodie. I said, "Our bus is always late?" The bigger of the two, in a black jacket with white words on the back, just looked at me. The thinner took out a gun from his pocket, still smiling. "What if I told you I had a real gun on me, bro?" I looked straight at him. I smiled back. In India, everyone has guns. He looked at his other friend, who looked at him, and both smiled. What can only be described as National Geographic induced cultural voyeurism took precedence here, and the big man sincerely asked me, "India Pakistan?" Obviously, though, they thought that India Pakistan was a small family feud, and so we went into each other's village with a gun like Clint Eastwood's spaghetti fistful of dollars and shot dogs and cattle. India Pakistan from Mangri seemed like a small, narrow minded town brawl, and if one was not in the mood to use guns, one might use sticks and stones and scare the women and children by wearing jackets with name on them. Well, I thought, India Pakistan being major nuclear powers is not going to help me at 8:49 in Mangri. I smirked and said vaguely, "Yes, India Pakistan." They shook their hand. They shook my hands. Just like that, I was a hero, a G.I. Joe, a John Rambo that single-handedly won the Vietnam War second time around. Their smiles were genuine, and suddenly the L'Oreal gang came back at the bus stop. The atmosphere was all friendly and nice. "You're the man, bro." In not many countries in the world would the brown man have an advantage. But in South Auckland, you're a pro. For once, I did not mind reverse racism too much. The bus came out of the cold. Once inside the warmth, I realized I was shivering, just a wee bit. The drunken girls at the bus stop looked at me as I sat at the window seat. I think one of them waved. Wow. Yeah, there are lots of gangs in Auckland, and it's not as safe as people would like you to believe. And Mangri and some of those South Auckland places can be dangerous. I mean, from what I read, it was deserted after sunset, and the bus came at so late, and they were trying to just intimidate him, and he didn't get scared. So I guess with Maori people, if you're not scared when they try to intimidate you, they respect you. They think you have mana. Well, I read three. I'm very happy. Thank you for listening. Have a nice day.